Looking back at Roman Palestine in the first century, there are a few scraps of information left. There's hardly anything to look at. My great fear was that no matter what I did, I would still be doing a robe and sandals drama, and I really felt like that wouldn't serve the piece. I felt like that's not actually, it's not the brief. These have to be breathing characters. So what that set me on was a path of a kind of archaeological investigation of my own. A little bit about actually the history of the Bible, the early history of Judaism, the early history of the sort of breaking off of the Christian sect of Judaism into what became a completely separate religion. And looking at fragments of things that were left behind. There are just a few things to look at that tell us what Jewish people looked like in the first century. Because of course, in the time in which we're telling the story, when Yeshua is alive, everyone is Jewish. There is no Christian look. There's no rule about how you look as a Christian. It hasn't evolved yet. But what did Jews look like? Well, Jewish people didn't depict themselves in images. That was part of their belief system. So how do you actually find any images? You read back through sources to find references in the Bible about what people are meant to wear, if there are any rules or laws about that. And you look at the whole culture. You look back at first century Palestine, at Roman Palestine, essentially Roman occupied Palestine, and at the surrounding regions, Egypt, Mesopotamia, Syria, looking at the whole region, because this was a time in which there was a tremendous amount of movement from one place to another. There's a whole mixture of people in Nazareth. There's a whole mixture of people in Jerusalem. So the story isn't just about one group of people who are culturally connected. It's about a lot of different strands of cultural information coming together. All of those influences need to exist in the design to make that world feel real and textured in our time so that we can relate to it.